Names of 173 ISIS terrorists among us just released, and you'll be shocked to see who is among them. It goes without saying that ISIS is a threat that needs to be eradicated sooner than later. Ever since their inception, these radical Islamists have gone on a killing spree that has stunned the world. These Muslim terrorists have only one goal, and that is to kill those who are against Islam. The efforts to stop ISIS have been somewhat successful, but of course, there is so much more work to do. And that was made abundantly clear after a list of 173 ISIS terrorists was found in the rubble of the terror group's former safe house. Though the names and where they were located was in itself shocking, one name stood out to everyone. A new sinister list of 173 ISIS terrorists was recently discovered, and the information on it was truly terrifying. The list contained the names, photos, and country of origin of these radical Muslims. While the list was shocking, where the terrorists hailed from is even more troubling. Of course, 132 of these terrorists are from the Middle East, but the rest hailed from areas that many would be taken aback by. For instance, 6 of these ISIS terrorists are from Belgium, the Netherlands, France, and Germany. The documents were found in a bombed-out ISIS safe house by Iraqi special forces inside. Immediately after finding these chilling papers, Iraqi officials were sent out and evaluated to the global police authority Interpol. So far, Interpol has not released the whole list of names, but a couple has come to light. The list from Interpol contains all the names of the suspects, their mothers' maiden names, their last known address, the date they were recruited by ISIS, and what mosque they may have attended. This detailed list was quickly distributed to various European security agencies, including officials in the UK. Officials throughout Europe feel that they are planning a massive attack in the West since their caliphate is rapidly deteriorating in the Middle East. That was confirmed by The Guardian. Interpol has circulated a list of 173 Islamic State fighters it believes could have been trained to mount suicide attacks in Europe in revenge for the group's military defeats in the Middle East. The Global Crime Fighting Agency's list was drawn up by U.S. intelligence from information captured during the assault on ISIS territories in Syria and Iraq. European counter-terror networks are concerned that as the ISIS caliphate collapses, there is an increased risk of determined suicide bombers seeking to come to Europe, probably operating alone. Though what is incredibly worrisome is the number of minors on the list that have pledged to fight for ISIS. These minors can easily slip through the cracks and enter America or Canada and pull off a terrorist attack that could kill thousands. In the Interpol document, there are certainly 3 names of teenagers who received such training and have already left the ISIS area, says a reliable source in Mosul. They are currently in Turkey if they have not already traveled further to Europe. On the list is the only one German who goes by Sami J. The 27 years old is from the city of Zolingen and was the leader of the Islamist group Filatu Ibrahim back in 2012. Sami J left his home in Germany fled his wife and child and fled to Egypt, then to Libya and to Syria to join ISIS. The Sun reports, in mid-July ISIS broadcast a report about his death via its propaganda service in Raqqa, but without mentioning how he died. This is considered unusual and intelligence agencies believe may be false in order for him to be secreted back into Europe for a suicide mission. Die Welt says it has seen the list, adding, each photo on the list is marked with a name and a date of birth, with an often martial-sounding battle name and information about the country of origin. Some smile joyfully, others seem shy, much serious and expressive. A few of the shots look like passport photos. In the document next to Sami J's name notes that his special skills are suicide bomber. On the list, it also contained the name of the terrorist that helped orchestrate the Paris attacks. According to PJ Media, that Abu Omar al-Belgiki is using the same alias as the ISIS emir who coordinated the November 2015 suicide attacks in Paris that killed 130 people and injured 368 is an ominous sign. Abdulhamid Abaoud had been a senior member of ISIS operating in eastern Syria, but he was able to travel with refugees through Greece to return to Europe and plan the Paris attacks now. This all very terrifying. But there are many people out there that believe this is a European issue and not America's. However, that is not the case. United States officials have confirmed that dozens of jihadists who fought in Syria and Iraq have returned to the U.S., though the prosecution of these traitors has been few and far between. Almost 2 years ago, the FBI reported that there was more than 1,000 active ISIS investigations going on within the country. This here is prime example of why we need to close our borders and not allow anyone else in. These people are rabid and will stop at nothing till they kill all who they feel are infidels. We need to strengthen our borders and our vetting process, or we could end up with another massive terrorist attack soon.